What defines a crime? Crimes are those acts or attempted acts that harm or otherwise endanger the property, health, safety, and welfare of others. How is criminal law different from civil law? In civil law, the usual remedy sought by an individual against a civil defendant is monetary compensation. In criminal law, the remedy is imposed by the state in the form of punishment. Usually, the punishment sought is jail time and the payment of fines to the government. In this video, we summarize some of the different types of crimes. We will examine the criminal trial process and what happens should the criminal defendant is found guilty and sentenced to prison. Let's begin with a short summary of the criminal justice system, where the law meets the lives of everyday people. As we navigate through the complexities of this system, let's consider the balance it seeks to maintain between public safety and individual rights. What are the 6 major crime categories? The first category is what is called crimes against persons and property. This category of crimes deals with threats and actions taken against our personal physical safety and sense of security. These offenses, alongside drug sales and trafficking, fraud, theft, sex crimes, juvenile delinquency, and impaired driving, form the core of what our criminal courts deal with daily. How does our criminal justice system ensure the process is fair? This brings us to the cornerstone of our liberties, understanding the criminal justice system. Have you ever wondered how a simple misstep by law enforcement during a search and seizure could turn the tide in a major felony case? Imagine you're accused of a crime. Would you know your rights if you were detained and interrogated, arrested, indicted, or facing trial? What if you were to be found guilty and sentenced to prison? Being caught up in the criminal justice system is often a surreal and complex dance of legal maneuvers as you move through the major stages of a felony prosecution, beginning with the arraignment and indictment phase, the exchange of pre-trial discovery, trial, post-trial motions, and sentencing. During the criminal process, the defendant will be imprisoned awaiting trial or out of custody on bail pending trial. How does the bail process work? Consider the concept of bail, a financial guarantee for the court that the defendant will not flee and will show up for all court proceedings, including trial. The bail process system intertwines law, economics, social trust, and fairness. But what's the cost? Not just in dollars, but in stress and uncertainty for those involved. We must remember that in our criminal justice system, the accused must be presumed innocent at every trial phase until and unless a verdict of guilt is rendered. We must never forget that the prosecutor carries the entire burden of proof against the accused. This means the prosecutor must prove every element of the crime against the accused beyond a reasonable doubt. This leads us to our next topic. Where do the accused and their family turn for support and help? At the very least, a criminal defendant needs a criminal defense lawyer and the services of a bail bond agent. These are the basic lifelines should you be accused of a serious crime. But beyond legal aid and public defenders, where does the family turn to for emotional and financial support when a loved one has been lawfully accused of a crime? And what happens to the family should their loved one be sentenced to prison? Thankfully, there are organizations and resources that help bridge the gap during these trying times. GotTrouble.org is one such service and provides a comprehensive network of support links including emotional counseling, well-being services, legal services, prison visitation services, prison communication services, money transfer services, support groups, non-profit services, and public assistance services. Final thoughts. As we reflect on the criminal process from the alleged charges of a crime to its final resolution, it's clear that the criminal justice system's reach is vast, complex, and challenging to navigate. Let's continue to educate ourselves and support our justice system as it serves both the victims of crimes and those accused of crimes with equity, justice, and compassion. For more information on the criminal justice process and their available resources, visit GotTrouble.org.